Alright, so we're going to be doing another comic review that was another book that was sent to me by my good friend Chris, aka the Mount Vernon Kid. And today we're going to be reviewing Nightwing, Leaping into the Light. This is the first volume of Tom Taylor's very acclaimed Nightwing run. I've been meaning to read the Tom Taylor's Nightwing run because everyone's been saying the same thing, is that this is the Nightwing comic that Nightwing fans deserve. Like, this is the Dick Grayson book that people have been waiting for. Like, this is the big book that, after years, decades even, under Dan DiDio, there was just this era of fuck Dick Grayson and, you know, make him like Rick Grayson, or make him a spy, or make him nothing. It was a whole weird era, and it's actually pretty cool to see like a comic come out in this day and age from DC that isn't like some like fuck you to Dick Grayson for some ungodly reason. Anyway, so this comic takes place after the events of shortly after the events of Joker War, where essentially Dick has gone back to being Nightwing, and he is essentially Dick is going out back as Nightwing, and he's back in Bloodhaven. And the city has gotten so much worse. The city has just become more of a cesspool than it already was. He even makes the point of saying, Dick points out that, like, Bloodhaven is different from Gotham, where Gotham has all the insanity and evil. Bloodhaven is just cruel. Like, it's just full of cruel people, and it's more for the criminally corrupt. It's not like we're seeing crazy people like you see in Gotham. So, yeah. Right off the gate, like I said, this is a book from a Nightwing fan, from a Nightwing fan for Nightwing fans. As much as I love Dick Grayson, and they do make a joke like, yeah, Dick had to grow up with thick skin since his name was, Dick. And they, there's actually a lot of stuff in here that, like, the artwork, by the way, let me actually talk about that by Bruno Redondo. I cannot pronounce that name. There's just some of the most imaginative paneling and like angles of panels I have ever seen. Like, there is some amazing work in here. Let me just show you like a really good example of that. Like, really cool like overhead shots, and like it almost feels like cinematic. Like, this comic by this artwork by Bruno and the paneling by him is nothing short of like I said, cinematic. It has some breathtaking artwork, and there's just a lot in here that makes me go, wow, I can't believe we can pull off these kind of stunts in this book. And I do know in later volumes, like, there's a comic that's all in one take. I don't know how to do that, but also there was also a recent issue of Nightwing where it was all from Nightwing's perspective. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, the story is about like Nightwing, you know, coming back to Bloodhaven and seeing how bad it got after he left, and he was shot in the head and all of that. And now it's gotten worse. His archenemy Blockbuster is more powerful. There's also Sal Maroni who's in charge, and a little bit more, there's also this villain by the name of Heartless who's around, which, if you haven't guessed, like, I'm sure some of you have already read that far in the book and know who Heartless is. Don't spoil it for those who haven't. But yeah, you kind of figure out who he is soon enough, really. Like, you really do figure out who he is soon enough. And on top of all of that, you have Tony Zuko's daughter, who they did bring in, and I'm a little confused by this, like, because he met Tony Zuko's daughter in his time as Batman, but I guess they kind of just rewrote that after Rebirth, because that was pre-52. That was like a pre-52 thing, and then they just brought her back into the after the New 52 and Rebirth and all that, and just said, nope, she's not Tony Zuko's daughter. She's actually related to Dick Grayson, and that's a whole thing that Dick has to unpack. There's also a great romance between him and Barbara. Like, I love the rekindling of the romance between him and Barbara, even though I prefer him with Starfire. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm one of the... Like, I prefer him with Starfire, but, you know, what? I really like how they play off, like him and Barbara play off of each other. And there's some great stuff in here with Tim, too. Like, there's actually some great interaction between him and Tim, dealing with this fortune that Alfred left him after Bane had killed him. It was like a will left for Dick Grayson, and it's him trying to figure out what to do with it. All in all, like I said, this is if you're a Nightwing fan and you've just been bullied by DC for liking Nightwing for so long, yeah, pick this up. This is definitely something you're going to want to read. This is without a doubt one of like the start of something just fantastic. And I gotta give thanks to my good friend Chris for sending me this comic, because this is a fucking phenomenal book, and I really want to read the next few volumes. Like I said, this is volume 1. You can pick it up. It's about $17. You can probably find it cheaper now that it's been out so long, but yeah. Anyway, so once again, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of Nightwing Volume 1? Just comment below, let me know, and other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.